Hello everyone, Satorn here. We're going to do an Amazonia run. So what we did is we started as Bolivia, we released Amazonia, and now we're playing as Amazonia. So the game we haven't let any time go by yet. So this is going to be a really interesting run to see if we could take as much as we can of South America. The challenge from you guys, the community, was to take everything that's Amazonia land. So I'll have to see what that is. So yeah, let's get into it. Amazonia laws starting is not bad at all. Your presidential republic, autocracy, racial segregation. So we could do a little improvement there to multiculturalism at some point. State religion, we're probably going to want to get freedom of conscience. Appointment bureaucrats, professional army, no home affairs. Eventually, we're going to want something. Interventionism is very nice to start with. Mercantilism, that's good. Per capita taxation, again, very, very nice. No colonial affairs, that's fine. No police, no schools, no health system. Censorship. So this we may want to change to a right of assembly. Well, it's not bad. Serfdom is abolished and slavery. So again, very, very good. Child labor allowed. Legal guardianships, or that we're going to probably have to change to propertied women or women in the workplace. No social security. That's fine. Migration controls. So overall, the laws are really, really good shape. What's not so good is the amount of people we have. So we have 2 states and they don't have much. We have 3,000 peasants free, as well as another 2,000. So we have 5,000 peasants in total. So I don't know how we're going to do this. We're going to have to figure out some way to get more land with more people. We also have no ports, so we have no way of really trading other than locally here. So that's going to be really rough. So I got to figure out kind of what the game plan is going to be. Our money, of course, is really, really poor. Yeah, so it's gonna be a rough start. We got to make friends with somebody big. I think we're gonna try to make friends with Brazil, make enemies with Para, because right now, if we take a quick look, you can see they don't like each other, and Brazil is bigger. So we want, the person with the bigger army to be our friend for sure, because we have none. We have no army at all. We have dedicated police force. Figure get this started while we have a lot of landowners in our government. This way, at least we could also deal, hopefully, with any type of radicals and keeping our loyalists high. Since we don't have a lot of people, it's time to set that kind of stuff up. We're also making friends with Great Britain, giving that a shot. Also making friends with Brazil, trying not to be friends with Bolivia, but I think they're kind of counteracting that, with also improving relationships. So if we ever want to do anything here, we're going to have to expel diplomats. So we'll see what we can do, but we're working it. We're kind of making our first tobacco plantation. We kind of need it in our own market and figure it's a luxury. People are going to need to smoke something. Monarchy has passed. This might help a little bit. It's going to help the landowners for sure, but for us at least, maybe we'll have a little bit more authority to play around with, and some of the other, I think the other cultures that are also using monarchy will like us a little bit more. Colonial resettlement passed first shot. I didn't want to do the other one, exploitation, because I just don't think we can fight it back. We have no army, so we don't want to really cause any tension, but this is going to help. We're going to get this going, and hopefully it takes a little bit of land to get some more people. I don't know. The USA offered and we accepted for us to get anywheres that we're now a protectorate of the United States, which is good. So we have sort of access to their market, even though we're landlocked. So hopefully we can get them involved in maybe a war with Brazil, so we can start breaking out. We gotta get to the coastline. We had our first successful diplomatic play. We had the United States actually back down, and we split up Peru. So we're able to take over Lima, which has over 30,000 peasants, which is like a ridiculous amount compared to what we had. We had like 2,000 people. So this is a really good, and they've got gold mines, which helps out. 4 gold mines. So we should be pumping out money. Yeah, all of a sudden now we're at 1,000. So this is great. This is a huge move for us. Again, being a protectorate in the U.S., I think had to happen for us to start to break this up a little bit. So now we're cooking. We got an eruption on Lima, a bad event. We cannot predict an eruption, so you get 20% devastation, or our people need us. We give 100 government expenses and they get a relief. We have no money, so our people are going to just have to deal with the devastation. We had a movement for cultural exclusion, so I took it, which is great. We're going to lose a little bit of authority, and our radicals should be less, and our loyalists should be a little bit more, depending on the standard of living, changing. So this is very good for us. We need it, and then this will also make sure that we accept some more cultures. So hopefully things will start to level out. We've been having a lot of revolution kind of things popping up. We got another diplomatic play going, another piece of land in Bolivia, hopefully getting a little bit bigger. We're starting to run out of people again, so we're just going to take a little bit more land. We're trying to get everyone. We have still a lot of radicals, so I don't want to grow too fast, but so far things are going okay. So it looks like not an easy one. No one's backing down, so America's here. We have one troop. America's here fighting it for us and winning the fight, so we'll definitely take it here. And, yeah, I mean, they're just much better than Bolivia, so we should be in good shape. 47 offense to 21. Land voting has passed right in the middle of the war, so which is good. Now, a little bit more, the political strength is spread out, so it's not so bad. And the intelligentsia wanted this. They were really causing a lot of revolution issues, so I think we should be in okay shape now with the laws. I'll have to take a look and see what we're going to do next. New parties have formed, the Agrarian Party, Conservative Party, and Liberal Party in our government. Did a little switching around. Oh, so the Conservatives, there you go. And now we'll have elections, which are nice, so we can change the government up for free, which is good. So yeah, we got the Conservative Party, the Agrarian is the rural folk, and the Intelligentsia leading the Liberals. We won the war, and Amazonia is kind of squished, the name, but at least we picked up another state that's got over 100,000 people, which is good because our two original states are empty. We only have about 20,000 left now over in Lima. So now La Paz, we have 100,000 more people now within our nation, so we could kind of move these guys around and get some work going. And we got, again, some more gold mines. So we found some during the war, so we're at 6 gold mines here, and then another 4 here, so that's going to really help. We're slightly over the 10-year mark, but this is what changed from 1836 to 1848 right now, is that our GDP was 4.6 thousand. We're now at 2.3 million. That was a giant jump. Our population also from 26,000 to 1.37 million. So that, again, was a huge gain. Our standard of living didn't change too much. It's at 11.4, and I'm not really too worried about that at the moment, even though we want to keep our radicals are through the roof. We have 366,000 compared to our 10,000 loyalists. So we do need to get that straightened out. Our literacy is at 25%, and it started at 22%. So that was definitely a little bit of a gain there. We started at 117 in the world. We're now 103. So let's see if we can keep cooking. We want to try to get as much of South America as we can. We're doing another diplomatic play. We're taking something in Brazil, the Mato Grosso. So mostly we're doing this land so we can start to actually touch maybe one of these lands that we could start colonizing against. And then that does lead us into Paraguay. And then if we do that, then we got Argentina, kind of working our way around Bolivia. So we can only fight them so often. So it'd be nice to be able to have some more areas to start going to war. Maybe us starting to build up a military so we can start fighting ourselves. And Brazil backs down against the play with the U.S. and us. So we got ourselves even bigger. So the Mato Grosso is now ours. They didn't have a lot of people, only 20,000 peasants, so it's not a huge deal. And the resources here aren't anything major. But, well, actually, it's got rubber plantations. I don't think we have that anywhere else. So that's pretty good. Actually, we do. Well, it's only 1. So it's not very much. So, yeah, so this was good. So 25 rubber plantations is nothing to sneeze at. And then now we could do some colonization, so we could try to rush here, play that game. We also got Paraguay, so we got some moves now. Right of assembly has passed, so I think this is pretty good. Now we have the suppression impact on the interest group and attraction, so if we need to do a little bit of that. And mostly what we're trying to do is, in our laws, being able to start to unlock guaranteed liberties. We definitely need this to start getting a little bit of our radicals under control, and this is perfect. I mean, we will have no radicalization, so this is definitely our next one that we're going for. We've increased our naval bases to 10 so we can get a declared interest. So we're doing that now. We're filling it up. We're also getting some more barracks. So by the time we're done, we'll have 15 battalions and probably 10 flotilla, which is crazy for what we started with. So Amazonia is getting stronger. This should give us enough to start wars with Paraguay, take over whatever we need for Bolivia. Again, we're piggybacking on a lot of gold that we're getting here and also the U.S. market. And then eventually, once we get strong enough, we'll take all of South America and then we'll break free from the U.S. That's the plan. Guaranteed liberties have passed, so we'll get this cooking. That way we'll get, again, less radicals. We're still having a lot of radical issues, so we're going to invest in it. We took Paraguay all about ourselves. We had 15 versus 15 of their troops, which was good. We were able to win. We kind of had some defensive wars, and then we pushed in when it made sense. which was nice. And then we now can do some colonization. So we're going to start doing that. We'll try to beat out Argentina a little bit, and then we'll see. Some more wars may happen. We did lose quite a few people here, though. Argentina just backed down. We had a diplomatic play. We used the United States, and guess what we have now? We have a new vassal, Argentina. They're not very big, but this gives us a lot of access to a lot of different things. And now them being our vassal, they'll also, I don't know how colonization works. I don't know if they're going to stop colonizing. They may continue to do it, which is fine because whatever, all their income's coming into us. So that sounds fine by me. Bolivia back down, and we got another piece of it. So we got the little tip here where we can now go to Ecuador, and we could potentially go war there. This also picks us up 50,000 peasants, which we sorely need. And what's nice too is that they are not discriminated against, so we need that as well. We have public health care, so this is good. Mortality rate will go down. We are having population issues, so I wanted to get this kicked off, but now we have bureaucracy issues, so we got to get that going too. A quick check-in 1856. So our GDP went from 2.3 million to 5.6 million. So that was a nice increase. Our literacy went from 25% now to 32.8%. So that's also an increase, which is really, really good. Our population went from 1.37 million to 2.76 million. So again, another, that was pretty much double there, which is nice. Standard of living was at 11.4, is at 12.4. I don't expect this to increase too much. We got to get enough power. Maybe eventually we'll break away from America, but right now it's working out too good. And we also went from 103 in the world to 33 in the world. So that was a giant increase. So we'll see what happens as we go. But that, I mean, that was, to me, that was a giant gain within just like 9-10 years. Freedom of conscience is in. That means that the vow are a little bit weaker, which is good. Radicals should hopefully be a little bit less. With religion, I know we're animists, so that's going to be a little bit tough, especially as I think there's Catholic religion down here as well. So we'll see. We'll head over towards pretty much the separation from state from religion will be our next move for sure. But, you know, that's good to be a while. Or church from state. Yeah, total separation. So, yeah, we'll give it a shot. We have an interesting diplomatic play going. We've got Great Britain supporting us, and Argentina is against Brazil and Austria. And I think we should be able to hold the line, and hopefully Great Britain will be able to help out here and push in. We're going to try to take this land, and this way it'll open us up to Venezuela, Ecuador, Negrandia, all this area, so we can start going and maybe eating pieces of this. We're also trying to take this one because it's got a huge GDP. It's got a lot of gold. So yeah, we'll see if we can get this. It's kind of gonna look pretty weird, but let's see what we can do. So we had a decent war where we vassalized Uruguay. We had Argentina do a lot of the fighting. One thing that I did notice though, which was weird, let me know in the comments below. And I think someone has mentioned this as well. I think it was Wicked down in the comments. Is that for some reason Great Britain joined the war but didn't show up at all. I'm not sure if this is like a new AI thing or what's going on. If there's a bugs, let me know if you guys are seeing that as well. We got a diplomatic play going for another 2 lands in Bolivia, seeing if we can pick these up. This is a conquer one. The U.S. is backing us, so we'll see what happens. Bolivia backed down, even though Brazil joined. They still backed down, and they gave us the land not for free, but pretty much for free. So we did end up giving, yeah, because we're protector of the U.S. We're good here, and they back down, so we don't owe anything. So yeah, I guess we consider that just 2 freebies. We colonized Buenos Aires, so this is good. We'll now move on to Mapuche, and then keep going if nobody else wants it. So we have the U.S. again kind of supporting us with Chile. We only did it because it looked like Great Britain might come in, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I bet you most likely we're going to scare them off and just end up taking another piece of land here for free. But we'll see. We'll give it a little bit of a shot. Oh, there's a big migration going on too to our land, which is nice. We need the pops. So yeah, more migrations is better. It's pretty much in South America in general. Our land's probably better because our market and the access with the U.S. is very good. So right now we like it, and right now we're going to use the U.S. until we can flip on them. So I think this is definitely the approach to go. We'll see. I'm trying to also build up our infrastructure a little bit here. We're actually making our own steel, our own ammunition. So just in case if we do get broken protectorate, we won't be completely dead in the water. So we'll see. Yep, there you go. Chile backs down, and we own a little bit more of it, so sounds good to me. Finally, multiculturalism has passed. This was took a while, quite a few years, had its up and downs, but we're able to get through it. So this is huge. Once you get here now, our turmoil should settle down. Our radicals hopefully will settle down. We have a lot because we keep taking over more and more land. So I'm hoping this will now finally start to alleviate. So let's see. Did a war, didn't bring in the U.S., so it's just us versus Brazil. So this is pretty exciting. We're hoping to take a land that's got a bunch of gold, which would be really nice. They have 54 battalions. However, their let's see, their technology, and they're actually having infrastructure problems. They don't have enough supply. They have line infantry, where we have much better. The next tech, which is really good. So we have skirmish infantry. So we're using these with the ammunition. It's super expensive, but it's going to give us that advantage of more offense, especially if we got to push. And then we'll push in just enough, and then we'll sit there and we'll defend. So hopefully we'll see how the war goes, but I'm pretty optimistic. So there was a good swing in this war. There was a third battlefront that opened up. What we did is we had, again, a smaller little group of just 4 of our infantry going in, boom, and they've been knocking out a bunch of the land, and it looks like we're going to win this just due to that. And also we've been fighting back pretty good with our defense and then switching over to offense, kind of like I showed in my other videos. So the one front here, we are losing a little bit, but it's okay because we're winning so much on the other side. It's not as big of a deal. As long as we're slowly keeping them away up front, I think we're going to be fine. We did it. We won the war. We conquered Minas Gerais. Maybe that's how you say it. And look at this. Whew. This is right. We're right in Brazil. We really messed up their name, which is awesome. We got a bunch of gold fields and 6 gold mines. So that's going to be like 10 gold right here, just pumping out money for us. So it was a really good grab. As far as population goes, I think Afro-Brazilian is probably, it's not discriminated because we have multiculturalism, which is good, but the religion is. So that's the problem. We got to get... we're going to have to get this taken care of. That's why our radicals are still pretty high. First shot, total separation has passed, so hopefully this will now, definitely, we will lose this 1.8 million radicals, because this is really scaring me. So now we accept all religions. We accept all cultures, all religions. This should hopefully definitely start to go down. However, we still have a lot that we're getting because of the standard of living. I can't control it because right now we're still a protector to the U.S. So once we get out of that, I can control that more, and we can definitely lower the radicals. But I'm hoping this will help at least start to chip away at this. Time for 1866 summary. Our country is quite funky looking, but I think we could do the challenge. We're going to try to get all of South America as Amazonia, and I do want to break away from, I want to be independent and broken away from the U.S. as well by the time we're done. I'm putting that as a stipulation as well for this challenge. So in 1856, we have 5.6 million in GDP. Right now we have 11.6. So we doubled. I'm happy about that. Let's see. Literacy is at 36%, and it used to be at 32%. So that's not too bad. We're going to probably have to start having schools. We don't have schools at all. So that's something we're going to need to do now that we're actually getting, a decent population. Our population went from 2.7 million to 5.3. We have a lot of people now that are starting to migrate to our lands as well, because our standard of living is a little bit better than the rest in the entire country. So that's nice. Yeah, because we're at 13.8, which we used to be at 12.4. So that's going up. It's nothing crazy, but it's decent. In the world, we are now from 33 to 28. So that's very good. We did a little bit of a rise, which, I'm not expecting. As we're getting up higher, it's going to be tougher and tougher to go up. We're going to have to also get recognized, which will be a very interesting thing to do. But so far, still some very good gains, especially in just 10 years. So we're in a huge amount of debt. America will not, for some reason, they're in the revolution, but will not build a port. Maybe they can't, or maybe just the order. So we have no access to the market. So what we decided to do is just do independence. And it's working out okay. Even though we got Brazil and Spain on us, I think we might be able to break free. And then we could situate our economy. So we'll see how it goes. We are free. We did it. We're hugely in debt, but we are out from underneath the U.S., and we could hopefully get our economy kind of straightened out now. It's gonna be really bad, but we could at least do our own trade. We could do a bunch of things now, so hopefully we'll get it all straightened out. We're starting to get the economies situated, but all of a sudden we have the Afro-Brazilian uprising, so we'll kind of deal with this and hopefully be in okay shape. So not an issue. We're able to fight back the little revolt that was going on over here, so not too bad. Our economy is now doing pretty decent. We're trying to pay back all of that debt. We still have 9,000 that we're paying in interest, but it's slowly going down. We could have went bankrupt, but it definitely wasn't worth it. We're getting our economy in a decent shape. Overall, our staple stuff is pretty good. I mean, clothes and furniture, not a huge deal. As far as industrial stuff, we're getting clippers under control, but everything else is pretty okay. Hardwood we could easily take care of. Luxuries, that'll be next. We'll take a look at that. And then our military is good. So we're kind of in good shape other than that, and infrastructure. I got to get that squared away. But I think we're out of the worst. We now have public schools, so this is good. Education access will go up, or literacy a little bit, and some assimilation, which doesn't really matter that much. So it's not bad. At least it's going to make the intelligentsia happy, as well as the trade unions and the industrialists. So this is kind of the groups that we want to keep appeasing. So things are going well. We're getting a bunch of Swedish people to Mato Grosso. That's pretty interesting. So it's good. We need the people. So we're getting, that's like the second or third migration. So I'm pretty happy about this. We're running really low on pop. So them coming to us, it sounds good to me. It's 1876. We just said no to Great Britain on a customs union because it just doesn't think it makes sense. We really want to be on our own. We fought out between, the U.S., so we're good now. And we're stabilizing our economy. We're in really good shape. We're actually ready to start warring again very, very soon. So we definitely made some great gains, actually, from the last time that we took a look at everything. We are now I wouldn't say great. We're better. In 1876 now, we're at 14.6 million in GDP. We're at 11 before. So that was a nice little increase. We're at 5.35 in pop. We're at 6.3 million. Again, we haven't taken much of land. It's just trying to get the country in a decent shape, which is good to see that the game isn't letting us just expand like crazy. So, which is nice. So there was a little bit blowback going on there. We're 27 in the world. We were 28 before, so that's fine. I mean, we actually increased there, which isn't something to be upset about at all. Our literacy went up from 36 to 38. 38.6, so which is really good. Our standard of living actually is almost about the same now. We're brought it back. It was really bad for a while, and that's why our radicals are like through the roof. So I'm hoping we can get that situated, and once we do, we'll be in really good shape. So that's why I haven't really been taking on more countries, because we had a couple of revolutions there in between. But I think we're ready to, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments below. Protectionism has passed first shot, which is nice because we can just make a little bit more money. There's a lot of people starting to take some of our goods, so I like to, tax that a little bit, which is great with the tariffs. We unlocked Propertied Women, so we have plus 5% workforce ratio, so that's not too bad. We'll get some more people, but what I think we need to do is we just need to be building. I need to get more and more people work. Right now, with our population, we still have close to 500,000 peasants that are free, and you can see the population keeps popping up. We're migrating. We're getting a lot of people coming in, which is good. Before, I thought we didn't have a lot, but these migrations are giving us a ton. 1886 summary, and we had a lot of migrations. That's all I can say, everybody. A lot of people from Sweden and from everywhere in South America, from Africa. We're getting lots of immigrants, which is totally fine because we needed the people. However, it really hurt me trying to get the standard of living up. So let's kind of go through this. Our GDP went from 4.6 million to 28.9 million. What a jump. I focused on the economy. Look at that chart. It just exploded. So we are definitely able to have a big enough military. We'll be able to take over Brazil now. I don't think there'll be any problem there. Our population went from 6 million to 8 million, which is crazy. So it's like almost 2.5 million more people, which is that was all migration. Look at it. Look at the chart go up. It's nuts. Standard of living didn't really go up much. If anything, it was 13.3 to 13.9, so no big gain there. The same thing for literacy. We're at 38. We're at 46 now, so it did go up. We have some universities. Public schools are probably helping there, but radicals, The only way to get these guys down is standard of living, and standard of living just means we just have too many peasants. We have 600,000 peasants still. I just can't make enough jobs yet. We're going to increase maybe the building a little bit more, but I want to get to war and get South America. We're able to vassalize Bolivia, and then we're going to take some land now from Brazil. We won the war. Amazonia is bigger, and we started a revolutionary war in Brazil, which is crazy that that's going on. We did have Argentina try to be a little sassy and do a little radicalism right now, but we'll take care of that. But yeah, Brazil is really falling apart, which is great. We annexed Argentina. They were being a bad boy. It was just easier. There's a lot of things that were going on there, so it kind of connects us all together. Frees up some influence as well. Might make a little less money in the long run, but we'll also be able to control the resources that are there. Eventually, we might do it with Bolivia as well, just so we kind of control everything, probably. And we did it. We're recognized. We beat up Great Britain. They have very few troops right now, and they were still a great power. So they were right here on South America, so we took advantage of that. We took it all over. They tried to come in, and we got recognized, so we won. And with that, we're number 10 in the world, so we are a major power now, so which is awesome. So Amazonia is a major power. We did it. We'll take over Brazil, clean this up, but we'll have South America in no time. Germany is demanding us to be the protector. We're going to say no, but that's crazy. Germany is number 1 right now. They are super strong. They got 423 battalions and 151 flotilla, but we're okay. Brazil backed down and became a puppet right away. We didn't even have to go to war. And we didn't have to bring anyone else in. That's amazing. So Brazil is it. We took them over, and now we have a nice little minor power. This is good. They're going to be rebellious, so we're going to make sure we're improving relations with them right away. That's super cold. And we're doing a little bit of plays. I'm trying something out over in Cambodia. I'd like to become friends with them possibly, so we can actually invade Dynam. And if we can't do that, then we're going to actually do it by force, I think. Census Suffrage has passed. We lose a little bit of authority, but literate pops now, they have political strength. So we kind of took it away from everybody. Now it's just spread out among the people, which is nice. Part of this diplomatic play was to take this little piece of France, but Spain decided to come in. So we forced them to transfer Philippines to us. So now we own the Philippines, which is awesome. And this war is about to end. We're going to get this little piece of France. So, yeah, it was a good war for sure. We got France out of here as well as French war reparations. Oh, man. That's insane. So we're going to have a crazy amount of money coming in now. We now kicked Great Britain off our continent. So we're getting there. And we also got more reps. So we have war reps from Britain and from France right now. We're getting 82,000 in diplomatic packs. Holy wow. New Granada Venezuela are now our vassals, so we're almost there. We now have Ecuador, so there's one piece left right here. The Netherlands own it, so we'll take this over, and then we'll call this a win. We finally got the last state, beaten back Germany. I think still number 1 in the world probably. Yep, so we beat them back. We're number 8 in the world, which isn't too bad. Amazonia is strong. We're able to take over all of South America. Again, we could annex some of these countries, but we're probably not, we know we could get that done by the end of the game, so it's really not worth spending time on. We end up 8th in the world with 86 million GDP, which isn't too bad. 54% literacy, 71 standard of living, which is good. We just couldn't get enough jobs. We have 1.2 million peasants, so I didn't have to worry about what they needed. I just couldn't get enough towards the end here. People just kept migrating and migrating and migrating to the country. We have 1.2 million radicals and 3 million loyalists, so we finally were able to do the flip. So it's awesome. Thank you guys so much for the challenge. It's very much appreciated. Put more down in the comments below. Hit that like, subscribe, notification button if you like this type of content. And as always,
for the swarm.